Hello there. Welcome to the top 5 trivia. It's the last chance I get to do any real trivia before we hit the top 5, and then obviously then we're done. So bit of trivia. Get you excited for the top 5 if you weren't already, which I'm sure you are. So what's happened so far then? We did a bit of trivia for the top 10, announcing that there were 2 non-movers. Obviously, one of those is still left because the Eels with It's a Mother Trucker was the other non-mover at number 8. So there's still one left in the top 5. I also mentioned that there were 3 artists that were featuring in the top 50 for the first time. This doesn't mean that they're featuring in any chart for the first time. It means that this is the only song by the only track by this artist in this top 50. The first one has gone, and that was the Eels again, at number 8, because that's their only entry in the top 50, which means there's still 2 left, and they are in the top 5. So interesting stuff there, that they don't feature anywhere else in the chart, but are in the top 5. In terms of decades, we've now lost the 2010 to 2019. We'd already lost that before the 10. Because the highest of that decade's music is Initium, Keaton Henson at number 17, and we also in this we also don't have any 60s because we didn't have them in the 10, because the highest is The End, The Doors, the only track from the 60s. We also lose the 80s. The last track there was Yesterday, and that was Joy Division from 1980. Love Will Tear Us Apart. So what does that leave then? It actually leaves one track from the 70s. So there's still a track from the 70s in here, which you can guess has been hanging around for a while. And then we have a track from the 2000s, 2000 to 2009, somewhere in that bunch. And that leaves then 3 from the 90s. Remembering it is the best decade, so it makes sense that there's 3 out of the 5 from the 90s. Something that I haven't mentioned at any point, because I think it occurred to me quite late, is that of the 5 that are remaining, I would count 4 of them as extremely autobiographical, in that they both there's something special about the song, obviously, for me, in terms of it's great music and, you know, it speaks to me in some way. But it also, what I've realized is that there's at least a couple of these that have climbed into the top 5 based on the years, based on what's happened over the years, and based on the fact that they tell a little bit about my life story. In that it's at a period of my life that was extremely significant, or they've given me there's a message in the song that I've taken to heart, or it came at a very specific time for me. So there's lots of that comes up in the 5. 4 of the tracks definitely fall into this category. I'm not sure about the other one. So the other one, it seems to be there purely on its on the fact that it's a masterpiece of music. So it'd be interesting to see if that one I can, in one way, I don't really want to get anything autobiographical out of that one. That will all be revealed later on when I say what the track is, and you will understand me 100%. But the other 4, like I said, I'll be going through the areas in which they've impacted me, and then you'll find out a little bit about me, those who haven't known me for that long. So that's how it looks. I won't go into the ups and downs and that kind of thing and biggest movers. Like I said, the biggest mover in the 10 was a huge jump, and that was New Order with Age of Consent. That's already been. And the biggest dropper was actually in the bottom half of the 10 as well, which was 6 places from number 4 to number 10 from Welcome to the Machine, Pink Floyd. So obviously nothing can drop that much now. Otherwise that would mean it was like minus something when it was originally in the chart. But anyway, there's 5 left. First one's coming in about half an hour. So get ready for that one. And then 4 more, like I said, finishing a lad bent. And I've kind of got the impression that that one is going to be a monster of a recording, especially seeing as we've got to do the top 50 countdown before that, and then go into that. I might do that in 2 separate recordings, but we'll see. Okay, see you in about half an hour.